a screen that says starting soon because I don't feel like doing it. Let's see. View on web browser? No. Hold on. What the freak? I hate. Okay. Will you just talk real quick? I want to see if it's picking up your microphone.
Yeah. Talking.
Perfect. Okay, everyone. Welcome to the monthly Guideline live stream. We're bringing this back. Instead of coming back once a year for our great top 10 best movies of the year list and anticipated. You're probably wondering, Zach, this is the first time Zach and I text every week, but we haven't gotten in conversation. But what happened with that, Zach, is we recorded that, and because I've been doing the TIT Talks and everything, right? That's our main content. And so I had to change the ratio of the recording to be the, like the landscape, the phone thing.
Yeah.
So I forgot to change it for our thing. So it's literally just that. And I'm like, okay, so what I'm going to have to do with that pretty much is make it just a podcast with no video, which I still can do. But I'm like, do we really want to do that? So it's just like a matter of.
And my list is already outdated, so yeah.
Oh, it is?
Probably.
Yeah. You play a fucking catch-up game with that shit, man. So
this
kind
year, actually, a lot of the stuff came out earlier than it usually does. At least like right now, I think only need to watch really like Women Talking or whatever that one's called. That's like the only, like the really last one that I have to see.
Yeah, I haven't seen Women Talking 2. After the Oscar nominations, and we'll get into that. Like All Quiet on the Western Front, I really need to fucking catch apparently, because
I that one it was kind of because when that came out on Netflix, I was like, this could be. I haven't seen it, but I was like, is this an Oscar movie? But then no one talked about it ever.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden it got nominated. I was like, huh. I never doubted that wasn't good or anything, but I was just like, huh. The hype for that movie went really down, like really, because it came out like same time as that terrible Will Smith movie.
Well, it's like, I think that personally that All Quiet is the representation of the offhand comment, like when you're talking or having a conversation with someone about that movie or just movies, you're like, oh, that All Quiet, really good. It's like that offhand comment. It's not really in the forefront of the mind. So it's just weird how it came out with like 12 nominations.
10. Yeah, it's and it's, I guess they may wanted to add a foreign film. I guess I don't know.
Since Parasite, I guess.
Yeah, I did attempt to watch RRR. I didn't. I was not my type of movie.
That movie's fucking great.
But I thought it would have been more like, because so many people love that movie. I thought it was gonna be that over All Quiet, but it wasn't.
Oh shit! I just realized something. Okay. Fucking interesting. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at something. Okay, so to kind of get out of the way, if I seem dead, it is because I'm basically dead. I've been staying up till 2 a.m. catching content. It's been fucking tiring this week. Luckily, I get a break from it. For quite a while, I think. I don't think there's anything coming up because I'm not gonna cover you because that's 4 fucking seasons, man. Like I'm not that. Then movies are gonna start hyping up in March, even though we have Ant-Man this month. But after like as soon as March hits,
that's the end of February, anyways.
Yeah, but like so we got like March, right? Which is literally gonna go to the movies every fucking week. Depending,
I think my streak still continues. I think I've been to the movies every week this year so far.
I haven't been to the movie theaters this year yet, so
yeah. Megan's decent.
It's on VOD now, so
is it? Yeah. And that Plane was awesome. Oh, that was
Plane.
Plane. Oh yeah. Oh man.
Awesome in the bad way, like it's fucking bad. No, but awesome.
It was pretty good actually. Like of course it's everything it's gonna be. Like I think I gave it a 3 out of 5, but it's like it's a lot of fun. Like it's what it really reminded me of the Rambo 4.
Okay, Last
The
Blood.
yeah, no, the one before it, Rambo 4. That was Rambo 5. Yeah, that
Oh
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one sucked.
I
But
like
yeah,
Rambo 5.
um, but yeah, it really reminded me like that of that, and it's. I mean, and it was fun, but
Mm-hmm.
it was like, yeah, that's probably like, that or Megan. Megan was fun too, but I think I went into a little higher expectations just because everyone. I mean, that thing caught on really quick. Um, then I've seen House Party, which was
Why would you go see
not
House
great
Party?
because I'm going movies every week.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was your New Year's resolution. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
I
my
mean,
first
it wasn't
one,
terrible, but it was like,
my first one will literally be on my birthday this year. So, which is going to be Magic Mike 3, baby. Let's fucking go. Love those movies. Those movies are fucking great. I
yeah,
have
I don't
zero
know.
hopes for this movie. By the way, the trailer has I did not like it, but I like the last
Soderbergh's
two.
back on it though.
Yeah, I like both movies. So, which that brings me to another. I need to rewatch those fucking movies. But my point is it like we'll probably be doing a live. Or I'll probably do a live stream for every movie that week because they're so big. And depending on what you see, Zach, and timing wise, we could probably do that as well because I definitely want to do one for Creed. I'm very excited for that. It's like my third most anticipated. Um, I would really, I would like to do a discussion on Shazam. You know, we can 100% do one for Scream. Like, see, like back to back. I think we could do one every week. So March is gonna be a fucking busy week. But I've also been spending a lot of time as I fucking die. I've been spending a lot of time developing more content for Guideline and um full-time college student here as well. But and catching up on so many shows that I missed out on. It's like so fucking much, man. Like I it's so much where I had to pick a streaming service, literally go to my list and watch everything on there, and then I can move to the next streaming service. That's how much fucking content I have to get through. And that's what happens. And the thing is why I have to work myself so hard to watch everything that comes out. Because if I don't, then I'm fucked, and I'm gonna be in the same situation. I can't have that. So like, after Sundance, I need to finish Poker Face, which I watched the first episode of, by the way. Very good. The Ryan Johnson show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, but anyways, I think because I'm the only one that's gonna have to speak on it, I think let's start with Sundance. On everything there, and let me make this interesting to give you guys something to look at. Let me pull the movies I saw up, and then we can just kind of go through them. So the online version of it, and I'm gonna try to go to every festival online, but I haven't heard if South by Southwest is doing it again this year. Tribeca, I don't know if they're doing it again this year.
Yeah, they're probably trying to get away with or away from the online stuff.
Which
I'd
it
imagine.
makes no sense to me that way because they're gaining more money than they ever have by doing this. Like they're like really like you're gaining more money. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it, but that's for another situation.
I would think pirate reasons. That's my guess.
Yeah.
But
Okay. So I will say before even starting to start the discussion here, I have 3 movies on my favorites of the year now because of Sundance this year, which is kind of crazy for me to say because at the festivals I go to, um there's usually like only 1 or 2 that make it. Like Cha Cha was massive to me, and that was like the only one. And then okay, I guess yeah, Tony Hawk and Cha Cha were the only movies last year that I saw at a festival that made my top 10. So first one, as I pull this up, I want to just get like a graphic on here because maybe we can clip this shit out for purposes. Let's see. Because I need to get you in the Guideline TikTok stuff, Zach. I need to get you in that because that's where we are now.
I've never even been on TikTok.
Well, like, let's put it this way, right? So you know the show Teen Wolf, right? You heard of it at least?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, anyways, this week I've been posting two a month now. I mean, 2 a week. Sorry, man, I'm fucking tired. I've been I've been posting 2 TikToks a week now, which it used to usually be 1, but I changed it because I was being consistent with it, and like, why not up the ante when we're doing really well on there? So I posted a TikTok of Teen Wolf the movie that came out this week. Awful, by the way. And I thought it was gonna do pretty decent because of the movie. It's at like, as of like last time I checked, it's at like 21K views on TikTok. That's fucking insane. That's the best I've ever done on content. And I've gotten a lot of triggered people off that TikTok too, so it's pretty great. But anyways, no, it's pretty fucking interesting. That's why I want to get like some hot takes that you say, and then put it on there.
I don't say nothing hot takes.
Okay. Okay, so first I want to pull up here is one that definitely has made my top 10 100% is this movie called Theater Camp. Okay. Theater Camp is a mockumentary basically about theater camp. It's a mockumentary about theater camp. It has Ben Platt as Molly what's her name? It's like Molly something.
Ringwald?
Molly Gordon. Molly Gordon from Booksmart. She's like the one that wears like the shorts, and then like she's in that bathroom scene with like Caitlin Dever in Booksmart.
Oh, is she the crazy one?
No, she's like the one with like the booty shorts.
I
forgot her character
remember.
name. Okay, well anyway. I was excited to see that because I like her. Say what you will about Ben Platt, I think he's pretty good. And this movie blew me fucking away, dude. Like, holy shit, this movie was good. It was just, I laughed the entire time. Like, it was funny as fuck. Even down to people's like facial reactions to things was fucking phenomenal. It was very high energy. I just really enjoyed this. Like, honestly, I was kind of shocked by it. It was really fucking funny. I'm curious how it does on a second watch. But Hulu picked it up, so that's pretty exciting. But yeah, this one's currently on my top 10. I really do enjoy this one. It was just nice, a breath of fresh air. Let me pull up the next one now. Let's do, okay. This one has our girl in it. Let me search it up real quick. Search the pro. Okay, wait. This is just, I zero patience because I'm fucking tired as fuck. Let's see. Where is it? I'm just not going to type it in. Okay, here we go. It is a live stream, so it doesn't matter. So next one is Cat Person. This has our girl from Coda.
Oh, Amelia Jones?
Yeah. And this is basically about a New York Times article. And it has the guy from Succession, Cousin Greg, in it, which that's coming back soon. I'm very excited for that. But this, this was probably my most anticipated of it because of Amelia Jones, and I like Cousin Greg from Booksmart. And not Booksmart. Oh my God, Succession. I'm sorry, everyone. But I really, really do enjoy this movie, and a lot of people have not liked it. Like, they've had problems with it because the topic of it basically is that Amelia Jones is like a college student, and she works at a movie theater, and Cousin Greg's character, he comes in, and they kind of like hit it off a little bit, but the dude is kind of like weird, kind of like cringy and quirky, just kind of a weird dude. And Amelia Jones' character is like nervous around him, like thinking that he's gonna like murder her or rape her or whatever. So it's basically like her dealing with that throughout the entire movie. And a lot of people say the ending, they didn't really like the ending and what it was trying to say and stuff. I personally really did enjoy this movie. The soundtrack was one of the best I've heard in a very long time, actually. It was kind of outstanding, which is very important to me. Amelia Jones was great. All the performances were great. I loved the look of it. I loved it was funny at times. I I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I can see how people had problem with the ending. But again, like I enjoyed it. I liked it. It's on my top 10 right now, and it would probably get bumped out maybe throughout the year. It's just January right now, but like this one's pretty good. I enjoyed it. But I feel like when it comes out, it's going to be pretty controversial a little bit, because of what it's trying to say and all that. Okay. So next one, the biggest one of the festival, Fair Play. This has Alden Ehrenreich, young Han Solo, and it's basically, think of it, the best way to describe it is that there's a couple that works at an agency, and the agency can't know that they're dating, so so they can keep their jobs because it's a big agency and they have these rules and everything. And then there's jealousy starts to happen because someone gets a raise and things just kind of happen, and then you see how bad this relationship is and abusive and stuff like that. People are going to apeshit for this movie. It's
This
beautiful.
is the only one I've heard.
Yeah,
from Sundance.
It's beautiful. It's very good looking. It's well acted, but it hasn't hit me. Like, it didn't hit me or anything. It had a pretty good soundtrack as well. It's not really my type of movie. Like, I don't know. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad at all. It's just I did not personally like really. This one didn't really stand out to me. I like the soundtrack to it. It's like a nice little jazz soundtrack. And then Alden Ehrenreich, was good to see him. Like, you do a role that's pretty meaty. So I liked that.
Yeah, he hasn't done much in a long time.
Yeah, and I like him. So yeah, it was good. And this one got bought by Netflix. So yeah.
Yeah, was it 20 million? I remember seeing that one. I think it was Snyder talking about it.
That's the thing.
Them buying it.
100% this movie's not for everyone. So I don't know why they're spending that much money on there. There's no, like, a majority of people that watch Netflix that are like my age, or are like our age, I should say. Like, maybe a few will like. Like, this is a weird movie that, like, think of this movie as, the best way to describe it, it won't have hype coming out, but then you'll have like those like 5 hipster men like, oh, this is my favorite movie. Like, and they'll start like having like posters on their walls and just like, I love this movie. This is my personality. The type of movie is what it is. And what it's gonna be. It's not gonna have a big fan base. It's not like a Coda. It's not like a Cha-Cha. And it's not relatable to everyone. Like, it's not one of those movies. I don't think people are gonna tune out or whatever. But yeah, it was interesting. I would say that. But yeah, this one has definitely not made my top 10. But yeah, it was not bad. Okay, so next, let's hit the other big topic movie, and rightfully so. I think this one's 1,000 times better than Fair Play, and that is Magazine Dreams, Jonathan Majors' new movie.
He's in every freaking movie now. Lord have mercy.
What, you don't like him?
No, I don't dislike him. It just seems like he's in every movie that's coming out.
Well, it's like, you have to keep in mind, though, is like they film these years out, you know? It's just kind of weird how it aligns like that. Like, Jenna Ortega was in like 4 or 5 movies last year, like, in a TV show. So like they filmed them so spread out and just kind of happen.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So this movie is about a bodybuilder. This movie, man, is fucking fantastic. Jonathan Majors, holy shit, dude. Like, at least, like, I think he should get an Oscar nomination. But, it's really early in the year, first of all. And I don't know if he'll get there, but he at least should be a part of the conversation at the end of the year, because his performance is incredible. It's like, think of Cuba Gooding Jr. from Radio, but there's like buff
Never
dude.
seen it.
Okay. If you've seen Radio, then you know what I'm fucking talking about. But But yeah, this movie is really good. You can tell that Jonathan Major's character has mental problems. It's like this movie like fucking hits you like 5 different fucking ways, man. I feel bad for this dude. You're like, wait, maybe I don't feel bad for this dude, and it just kind of switches like that for like the entire movie. But it is brutal. You feel sad. Like this is just incredible movie, man. Movie is like fucking phenomenal. I would say this movie's really fucking good. It kind of blew me away, honestly. And I watched this one last night, actually. Like, it ended at like 2 a.m. But yeah, it's not on my top 10, but holy shit, this movie was good. And give Jonathan Majors a fucking Oscar nomination after this movie. Like, holy shit. Okay, next one. One that you'll be kind of interested in. I think you need to see this one because I feel like you would really like it. Here we go. And this one's called Shortcomings. Okay, this is a comedy. I wouldn't say rom-com because it's not that. It's like a breakup comedy. It's a bropedy or something. I don't
So like 500 Days of Summer kind
yes,
of deal.
Yes, but think of 500 Days of Summer, but your main character is a dickhead, and they go for it. This is directed by Randall Park, guy from Ant-Man and the not Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he's
um,
the Asian guy, right?
Yeah, he's the Jimmy Woo from WandaVision. There we go.
Yeah.
You should know this. You're the Marvel stan out of us two.
Well, he was in Ant-Man and the Wasp, but
Wait, he was?
Yeah, he did the magic tricks.
Oh.
Remember?
So technically, I
Yeah.
wasn't wrong. Okay.
No. Yeah, and he's Kim Jong-un in The Interview.
Yeah, our boy Seth Rogen. Okay, so this movie, I was like, because I really do like Randall Park. I actually am a big fan. I love Always Be My Maybe. I really like that movie.
Still never seen it.
Very good.
I didn't even know he was in that.
Yeah, he's like the main guy in it. It's great.
I just know Keanu Reeves pops up in it.
Love Keanu. That's another movie in March. Fucking John Wick 4. Dude, like fucking insane. Which I'm very excited for that. But anyways, this movie kind of was interesting. Like I laughed at it. Not all the jokes landed. It wasn't really funny towards the end of it. But what was great is like the main character was an asshole the entire movie and like pretty much unlikable, but also sympathetic. It was actually like a pretty enjoyable movie, honestly. And I can tell how much this movie meant to a lot of people because of having like a big Asian cast. And it was just a really well done movie. It was funny. It's not. There's a guy that. Did you ever watch The League?
Nope.
Okay.
Is that a show?
Yeah, it's like a football fantasy show comedy thing.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, there's some really funny parts in this movie. Like Zach, I think this is right up your out of any of the movies I saw. This is right up your alley, like 100%. It's a good movie too. I enjoyed it. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about this one because like again, like the comedy didn't hit super well. I enjoyed watching it. It was funny at times. The main character was unlikable, but that was on purpose. Like the main character's unlikable on purpose. It's part of the story.
Yeah.
So yeah. So like out of any ones I would recommend for you, I don't know if this has been picked up at all yet. I haven't heard anything, but yeah, this is a good one, Zach. You should check this one out. I think this one's right up your alley. Next, I guess we'll do the only documentary. And by the way, as the time I'm filming this, I still got movies to watch. Like right after I get off this, I'm going back to it. So, okay. So next one is Next one is Little Richard, I Am Everything. A music doc, so I had to check it out. Very interesting. Very interesting doc. But again, it didn't really hit me as well as it wanted to. It wasn't like a straight narrative. It wasn't like, oh, how Little Richard came up. It was like the very beginning of it was that, and barely any of that, and then how songs were made. And then basically the majority of the doc was how people stole his song songs and re-record them, and how he changed the game for rock and roll and created it by his performances and how he acted and becoming a legend. And it taught mainly about that. Like
Just how awesome he is.
basically that's basically what it is. Exactly what it is. Actually, that's the best way to put it. Um, I mean, it was a good doc. It was interesting, but like I don't know much about Little Richard in general.
Yeah, like I've heard the name. I couldn't recognize.
Exactly. So that's
don't,
what I was
yeah.
wanting. I wanted to know more about him, and you do get that. But it goes into like how like he was into rock and roll and he was doing it, and then like he got like some like dream or something. So then he like turned into like a massive religion nut. So like he quit rock and roll and went to like a Christian school to study Christian things. Then he would go back to being a rock star. Then he would stop again, and then he would start putting like Christian influences and making like Christian music, and then he went back to rock and roll. It was just like that repeated, and I didn't learn much about him. It was pretty good, but like still, as someone that does not know much about Little Richard, I feel like I know a little bit more what he means to the world, but I don't know Little Richard. So that was an interesting one. Then this movie came out last year, so like Sundance has a thing there where it's like their spotlight thing of like movies that didn't get really seen or they haven't come out yet. They're not like the other ones. But anyways, this one's called Other People's Children. It's basically about this girl that just kind of living her life. She's a teacher. She does all this, but she wants kids. Like she wants a family. So she meets this guy, then kind of like in this relationship adopts this kid. And we later find out that she can't have kids. So it's like this turmoil and everything. Like she's trying to take the job and she's like not happy. She's in her 40s. And it was good. The movie looked beautiful. It was interesting. Towards the end, it petered out for me. Like it just like I lost all interest in it. It just kind of felt like it went on and on and on towards the end. For me at least. And that's the thing with Sundance. Like, and out of all the movies I've seen, I haven't seen a bad movie. Like, not one. It's just like ones that hit you, you know, or little aspects that don't work for you. And the end of this one didn't really work for me. Then let's do next one. Okay, so this is my most recent watch. This next one, and this is currently my favorite movie of the year. And this is Joe. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna call people watch this. Joe Majaya. I think it is. So what this movie is about like this kid rapper, and basically he lived in Indonesia, and his dad was his manager. So then he moved to like LA, and then got like a new manager, and got a new manager, and kind of just went on went on to do his thing. So then the movie starts off with like his son, like his father coming back, and how that relationship is. It's honestly phenomenal. The movie's beautiful, like looking. Soundtrack is also pretty good. Like honestly, dude, the acting is incredible in this movie. The person that plays the father, holy shit, dude, the emotion this guy brought. Like honestly, it was heartbreaking. And then the main guy is played by the rapper Rich Brian, and he did really good.
No idea who that is.
Yeah. But anyways, this movie really hit. Like I really enjoyed this one a lot. And it, like the thing that really struck with me with this was the emotion. But the fact was, as I was watching this at 4 fucking a.m., 4 a.m., and I was like, my eyes were like slowly closing. I'm like, I can't miss this. I gotta stay up. So I resituated like 5 or 7 times and everything, moved around so I could wake up and finish it. I went to bed right after it because that was all I can handle. But wow, dude, I really, really enjoyed this movie. It's like okay, I think you would like this one too because it gives me Lost in Translation vibes. Okay, not like story wise or anything, but Lost in Translation vibes. Like there's like quiet moments of just walking around. Like there's those moments, kind of like in Lost in Translation.
There's a lot of that in Lost in
Yeah,
Translation.
but that's one of our favorite movies, so it's not a complaint.
No.
It's just like looking at scenes. It's great. Where it loses me though is there's some weird like dream type of sequences that just completely pull me out of the movie that I'm not a big fan of. But everything else is so strong for me that it just hits. Like yeah, it just hits. Like the thing is with the reason like Wiley, it's way too soon to put this in like your top 10. Like I understand that. But the thing is when a movie hits me and like I really gel with it, then I feel like it deserves to go on the top 10 list in general because it's very, very few times they gel with me. Like last year, I think I only had like a couple honorable mentions, not much, because there wasn't that many movies that I really loved last year. So, yeah, that was Jummy Jaya. That was the most recent one I watched. And then I got 3 more here. Nope. Go back. Search. Next one. This one's called Aliens Abducted by Parents, and I kind of feel left out. It has Will Forte in it. And it's like a kid's movie, but man, this movie hits, and it's just a great time. Like, this movie's just a great time. So basically, this one kid's parents, he thinks that they get abducted. So he's like kind of like a nut case throughout the movie. Then this new girl comes to town and kind of befriends him. And then you go on this journey to figure out what happened to his parents. And it was just like this movie had like a freaking music library music in it. And and it had like so it had that. Then it had like some big name people that just like lent their music to them. So that was interesting. But this movie was just like a nice time, like a breath of fresh air from watching all these heavy movies recently I've been watching. And I just really enjoyed this one. This one's one of the standouts for me from Sundance. Like this one was pretty great. And it was funny at times. I just really enjoyed this one. This one really stood out. I don't know if I would recommend that one. You would probably find it stupid. Zach.
Yeah, I'll probably skip that one.
Yeah. Then next, one that was really weird but enjoyable. This one's called Young, Wild, and Free. Basically, it's about a teenager that is struggling to figure out what he wants to do with his life, and believing in himself, and he's taking care of his parents and all that. So, this movie is outstandingly beautiful. The soundtrack is also really good, very well acted, and very interesting. At the very end of the movie, it makes a twist that I don't know if I'm really into still. And I've seen this a couple days ago.
What, is he actually dead or something?
It's not that.
Okay.
It's not that, but it's just as crazy.
Okay.
It's just as fucking crazy as that. And I enjoyed this movie. I really did, but like it was like that twist, man. It was fucking interesting, but and I don't know if it really landed that twist, but I did kind of enjoy this movie. It was beautiful, good soundtrack, good acting. Yeah, that's all I can really say. Because I don't want to accidentally say what the fuck I mean. Because once that twist happens, that's the only thing. Like everything else kind of flies out the window, and you just like think about that. And I don't want to misspeak on it. Okay, so last one. Come on, load Sundance. All right, last one I've seen currently is Fancy Dance. Okay. Fancy Dance takes place in Oklahoma. Okay. It's actually a person that composed this movie. I saw them in concert like last year sometime. So that's really cool. A really good score actually. This movie was also beautiful cinematography wise. It was really well done. Acting was okay. Well, like it. I don't know. I think I'm trying to figure out like what acting I would describe this like. I would think of the way that like these are people that like getting their like first acting big role, you know, and they're just kind of getting used to it. I feel like that's what this acting is like in here. The story is basically this girl, like her sister went missing, so she's trying to find it, and it becomes a road trip movie. It's not a comedy. It's like it's taken very seriously. There's like really a lot of quiet moments. It's pretty good, but I just wasn't really super into it, honestly. It was cool seeing like Oklahoma and then mentioning Oklahoma names in there. Like they said like Yukon and fucking Enid and stuff like that. Been there, past those places. So it's always cool to see Oklahoma cinema happening. Because I lived here my entire life, so it was cool for that reason. But yeah, that was Fancy Dance. So that's currently all I've seen. So what I have left, so we can cover this. No, we probably won't even cover it next week. I mean next month. But so last I have is the Daisy Ridley. Sometimes I Think About Dying. I haven't watched that one yet. Bad Behavior, which is Jennifer Connelly. A Little Prayer, Slow. And then I have like these other like award-winning things from Sundance. But they end in 12 hours. There's no way I'm gonna get to all of them. No way in fucking hell. So I'm probably gonna have to miss those. But yeah, that's what I have left. I'm so fucking tired, and I just want to be done. But yeah. Wow. Okay. We'll take a break from me talking so much, and we'll go to you, Zach, so you can talk. I'm gonna pull up because this is like a monthly recap. I'm gonna pull up your letterbox, and we'll just kind of go what you've been watching before we go into the other topics that we have, which are, by the way, if you guys did not see the thumbnail when you clicked on this, the other topics we'll be covering is Last of Us and the Oscars. But also, because this is a monthly recap, it gives us a reason to talk about things. So that's what this is. So let me find your letterbox real quick, Zach. And you don't need to pull it up. I'll just read them off for you.
Yeah.
Why do I not see you? Did you unfollow me, Zach?
If I did, I didn't mean to.
I don't see you on here. Or have you not even followed me in the first place?
I follow you.
Letterbox. Let me go to activity. I'm sure you watched something recently.
Been 2 days.
2 days. Can I scroll a hot minute?
Following. Yeah, I follow you. Are you not following me?
No, I do, because I see your stupid takes you have on movies.
Wow, I have 40 followers. Man, I didn't know I
Damn,
had that
coming on
many.
up. You're the up and coming.
I didn't even know that I had that many. I mean, that's not that many, but
They're going to have you on the Letterbox podcast.
Is that a thing?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Before this, did you hear that the Top 10 show is ending?
Yeah, I know, it's sad. I haven't been watching for like the past couple of years, but I'm gonna watch the last episodes.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah, but I'm gonna watch the last episodes.
Yeah.
Like I grew up on that show, man. Like straight up. That like started in 2015. I was 15 years old.
Shoot, I think it started in 2014 actually.
That would be 14. That's like it means a lot to me. Roku means a lot to me.
Yeah. Because it started yeah, I think it was 2014. It was around right at the start of the Schmodown.
Yeah. It
was.
It was in Toad Hop days. It was Toad Hop days because they brought Roka and Nost out on the couch and announced it. I remember it.
And it was best Jake Gyllenhaal movies they did on one of their on the Schmoes show. Yeah.
It's like
the random stuff I remember. I know they did Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start. We're starting with the 26th, so yesterday. I mean, well, no, 2 days ago. Signs. So I'm assuming that you're preparing for the new M Night movie, right?
Yep, yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch basically all of his movies except for After Earth and
Avatar.
Last Air. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
You're gonna even watch Happening?
Oh, I love The Happening. It's so terrible.
Like the thing with M Night, right, is I love the conversation around M Night, but I'm not directly a fan of M Night. I like Split a shit ton. Unbreakable's great. Um, I yeah, like what else do I like of his? I've watched The Visit recently. That's a fantastic movie. The Visit's
Hmm.
great. Like I enjoyed the shit out of that. Glass was ass in my opinion. Um, but yeah, I need to see
Now,
Signs. I've never seen this. I've never seen
I've
Signs.
always been a M Night fan, just because I like how he puts his own money,
Yeah.
and puts
He's
a
always
like
the underdog.
yeah.
Always the
Yep.
underdog.
Yeah. Except for like Lady in the Water, where he kind of got full of
Yeah.
himself. But yeah,
Oh, Old was
ever since
abysmal.
yeah.
I
Um,
hated Old.
but yeah, I'll always I just respect him for a lot of directors, they don't put up their own money. They if he wants to make a movie, he's gonna make it.
Yeah.
That's why I like him. Kind of like the same thing with Kevin Smith.
I want to see
Puts his
Knock at the
own
Cabin.
money up and stuff.
I might wait till
What
you tell me what you think about it because I'm not like super excited for it, so we just wait till what you think if it's worth
Yeah,
it.
I'm excited for it, but the because the trailers look great, but yeah, I don't yeah, Old's not great either, so I'm just like
Yeah.
yeah, I'm kind of waiting for reactions before I gauge how excited I am.
Yeah, same. So what did you
And
think
it's
about?
rated R, which is odd for M Night. He
Yeah.
hasn't had a R-rated movie in a while since The Happening.
So what did you think of Signs? Like rewatching it, like any thoughts on it?
Because it used to be, like Signs was like my favorite M Night movie. It's kind of dropped a little bit. I think there's just better Alien movies, um, that are yeah Alien movies than Signs, and the twist in that one's kind of dumb.
I've never seen Signs, by the way. I've never seen this movie, and I still don't know what it is. What I love about this movie, though, is like I said, I love the conversation within Night. Is like people like I've grown up watching, like Chris Stuckman,
Oh, he
Eric,
loves this movie.
yeah, Eric Striffler from Pretty Much It, Christian Ruvacalba from The Wangers. Like these people, this movie means a lot to them filmmaking wise, and like I like it for that reason. The people I care about watching and uh like really just enjoy. This means a lot to them. So in kind of proxy, it means that I enjoy it. So, um, but yeah, I still need to see it. I want to see it. So next up, you have The Sixth Sense, which I have seen.
Yep, that's probably his best movie, I would say.
Hey, he
I
came
mean,
out with it. He said the next Spielberg.
well, he didn't do that. The Times Magazine
Yeah.
did that. But yeah. I mean, The Sixth Sense is fantastic. I think it's even better knowing the twist and how obvious it is.
Mhm.
That's how you know a twist is really good, when you're like, what? I missed that kind of deal. But yeah, I mean, and Bruce Willis. I mean, people kind of forget in the '90s, Bruce Willis was on a tear. I mean,
Yeah.
he has the Die
Man,
Hard
it's
movies
so
in the
sad
'90s,
what
Pulp
happened to him.
Fiction, and I mean, he's like, there's a stretch of time when Willis was killing it.
Dude, it's so sad what happened to him. Like honestly, dude, like it's heartbreaking. It really is. Man, it just makes me sad thinking about it. Um, okay. Next, a movie I still haven't seen, like one that's been on my watch list for maybe like since it came out because of how much it was hyped. Spy. I've never seen this movie. Thoughts on this?
Uh, uh, this is another one. It's still funny, but it's not. Maybe it was because I watched the unrated version, so there's a lot of crap in
Is
there.
this an Apatow movie? Who directed this again?
Paul Feig.
Okay.
Apatow probably produced it. But no, it's Jason Statham makes this movie. It's just the crappy.
You can't really say that much with him, by the way. The Meg. Oh my god, that movie is awful.
But yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing in this movie, and it's the way he does it's just perfect. Like like this isn't a spoiler. I mean, it happens at the end, but he's like talking to them, and he's like, "I'm gonna go on this journey," and he takes off in the boat, and they say, "This is a lake," like it's a little. And then all you hear in the background, I think the start of the credits, "This is a fucking lake." But yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's yeah, it's kind of a forgotten one that
Yeah,
it came out, people really liked it. Then like most comedies, if you think about it. But yeah.
yeah, it's one I still need to catch. It's been on my watch list forever, but I'm not adding it now because man, I still got so much shit to watch. Okay, next, a movie that I watched when it first came out, really enjoyed it, the Beastie Boys documentary. I love Beastie Boys, man. Like, I remember I was really into Beastie Boys like younger, and then I stopped completely. Then I watched Star Trek Beyond again, and then they had fucking Sabotage in there again, and I love that movie, by the way. But I got right back into them, and I bought I bought 2 fucking vinyls from them, so I have 2 Beastie Boys vinyls in my collection. So I'm just kind of like, I honestly thought this documentary was very well done. I really did enjoy it, and especially like say what you will, but like music and movies are like the most important aspect to me, which is kind of weird because not every movie has a needle drop soundtrack or placements, so it's kind of weird in that sense. So like music docs mean a lot to me, and like I'm kind of gonna always enjoy them because I love learning music history or film history or whatever. It's like my favorite thing. So this kind of did that very well, and I like the format they told it in. But what did you think? What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, it kind of got me off, like off guard at first, just because I thought it was, like it is a documentary,
Yeah.
obviously.
But the stage, you're talking about the stage.
Yeah, the stage, and shoot, I thought Mike D was dead. So I was like 5 minutes in, they said Mike D, or really early on, and I googled it. I was like, I thought he was dead. It's like, oh, that's him. But yeah, I thought the documentary was really well done. And I multiple times I was like I was like they mentioned Rick Rubin. I was like, really? Wow. Like just stuff like that. I'm like, wow, they worked with this person. Then I forget who they work with now, and they said their name. I was like, holy crap. And I liked how they were just like, they used to just be like hilarious. They're hilarious. They're like, I picked this guy as my agent because he was funny looking, or they said something like that. I was like, this is awesome.
So have you been listening to Beastie Boys recently now, since the 24th?
No. I like the Beastie Boys a lot. I don't have a lot of their songs in my playlist. I may add a few.
Play a little Brass Monkey up in this biatch.
Yeah, I mean, I have like in my playlist. I have like Brass Monkey. I have all
girls?
all
Do you
the
have girls?
bigger, yeah, all the bigger songs. Yeah. And the guy who is actually dead. I liked how they're like, he's the smart one in the group, and he did all types of stuff. I was like, huh, with like the monks and stuff. I was like, huh, that's really interesting because they're played as like they're idiots.
I thought it was a great documentary. I remember watching it and no one was talking about it, so I was like speaking into like it, just like repeating myself. But I'm glad you watched it. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and when they started off, there, like, I couldn't imagine going to a concert, Beastie Boys and Run DMC. I'm like, wow, talk about a lineup.
Okay, next up, your favorite movie last year, Clerks 3. Rewatched it.
Yep. It was I think it was Clerks Day, and I just felt like watching it. I watched a documentary before it as
it's
well.
Right there,
Which is actually a lot of because I've watched a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, and that documentary actually had stuff that I never heard them talk about before.
Wow.
So yeah, like like they were talking about how they got into Sundance, which was very interesting because they did a screening of Clerks, and no one showed up. It was like only the cast, and like 2 other random people. One of the guys was I guess he was a producer or something, and he got in touch with uh all the film festivals, and it was just like, wow. This one guy, changed.
Dude, it just takes one person, man. It just takes one fucking person. That's cool.
But yeah, Clerks 3 is still my favorite
I
movie
need to
last
watch
year,
it.
and it's great.
I need to
On
fucking watch that movie, man.
lots of and it was the day before the Oscars came out, so I was like, I'll watch my favorite movie that won't get nominated at all.
No. Yeah. Okay, so next, House Party, 2.5 stars. Talk about this movie. I know it's a remake, but I don't know anything about it. So,
it started off semi-strong. Like, it was funny.
were you the only one in the theater, by the way? Like, how many people?
I was the only. Well, it was a Monday or Tuesday, so it was not a very busy movie day. But I was the only one in the theater, and then someone else came in like 20 minutes into the movie. I was like, okay.
They really wanted to see this, like.
I guess, yeah, but yeah, there was funny moments, but it felt very long, and it's only an hour and a half long. And shoot, the best part's LeBron, so.
That's a sentence I probably thought I would never hear.
Yeah, it was just like the stuff LeBron says in this movie is kind of like, it was like something. He says something about Trainwreck. It was like, I was the best part in Trainwreck, and I was like, this is hilarious. But yeah, it's not great.
Okay, that's why I heard it wasn't great. Next, a fantastic movie, Whiplash. Whiplash.
Been a long time since I watched it. I didn't realize how long it's been since I've seen it. I mean, because I've never even logged it on Letterboxd, so I haven't seen it in probably 5 years, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still as good as it ever was.
Dude, I feel like after being in music college now, it will hit me in a different way than it did before. Because, like, in my bedroom, I literally have a poster I stare at every night of Whiplash. And I wouldn't even call this one of my favorite movies of all time either. So it's, like, actually interesting. Like, I feel like like, every time I watch this movie, I get super hyped about it again. But I haven't watched it in a hot minute either.
Yeah, like, it's one of my favorite movies. I don't know, I just didn't rewatch it, like, for a long time. I guess because I saw it so many times. Like that year, 2014, which was a great year for movies. So I've probably seen it like 10 times, but just not in the last 5 years. But yeah, the music, everything's still so good. And I mean, the last 10 minutes of that movie is just like,
it's so intense, and I love it for it because music is intense.
The whole movie's intense. I mean, it's like watching freaking, like, it's like watching it's like watching a thriller. It is a thriller, I would say. I mean, you're literally on the edge of your seat, and they're just playing jazz music.
It's so good, dude. That movie's incredible. That's why I want to see Babylon to the most tiny extent, because of how good this was and La La Land was. But, like, man, like, not hearing great things. I know you liked it, but
very diversive, or whatever.
Next, a movie I've never heard of, Broken Arrow, from 1996.
The John Woo movie? You've never heard of Broken Arrow?
Of this. No, never heard of this.
It's just a cheesy action movie. It was fun to watch. Like, it's a movie that JTE used to reference a bunch back in the day. Yeah, it's just like it's a John Woo, class. Like, I guess it's called a classic action movie. I don't know. It's fun.
John
It's
Travolta?
nothing. Yep, John Travolta and Slater, I believe. But yeah, actually, going back to Spy real quick.
Yeah.
Because you said Travolta, he in the beginning of the movie, Statham, they exposed him or something, and he said, "So why don't we just use the face-off machine?" Like he's dead serious. But no, Broken Arrow is pretty fun. I would go Face-Off's better, which same director, obviously. So I would go with Face-Off if I had to go and watch one again. But it was entertaining.
Okay. Next,
I can't believe you never heard of it, but
yeah. I've never seen Face Off either, so I'm gonna have to soon.
So long.
I'm gonna have to see Face Off because they're doing that, like, sequel one.
Oh, that's never gonna get made.
Yeah, it is. Nick Cage was literally just talking about it.
I don't buy it.
Okay.
They won't get made.
Next up, Bella DiJour. What is this?
I don't even know why I watched it. I was just random.
Are these Blu-rays you have, or like Criterions, or?
This one was on the Criterion channel,
Okay.
streaming service. I was just trying to find something that was semi-short and something different because I've been trying to watch different stuff.
Yeah, I can tell. I could tell that, but then it kind of gets muddled.
Oh yeah. I've lost focus on it a little bit, but yeah, it's the movie is actually pretty good. It's a little long, even though I think it's under 2 hours.
I was trying to find something short,
yeah,
but it's a little too long.
Yeah, it was 2 hours long. And it was just that kind of because it's about a woman that's she's married and but her husband's always he's always working, so she became a prostitute.
As one does, you know.
Oh yeah. And she just does all this crazy stuff, and of course it's kind of what's coming. She's gonna be a prostitute, so eventually he'll probably figure out and stuff like that.
It's a sex worker. Okay, if you're gonna say it, get it right.
Oh yeah. They say prostitute, I think, in the thing.
Yeah, but it was made in 1967.
Yep. No nudity though. but no, it was pretty good. I would never watch it again. It wasn't anything mind blowing, but it was something different. At least I'm using that Criterion streaming service.
Yeah. See, I had that, but I didn't use it. I got it for like my birthday for a year, and I never used it. Like, dude, if I showed you my freaking drawer filled of Criterions I need to watch, it's insane. I watched like 2 this month. And my goal is to get through those, man. I've had those for like 2 years, and I need to get through the ones I have before the
I have about like 3 that I haven't watched yet. But I've been and I always keep the channel, even though I don't use it too often. But you only need to see like 4 movies a year to make it worth the money, because it's only $100 a year. So. And there's just a lot of just like this one, just a lot of random stuff that you'll run into.
I want to get in and watch French cinema, dude. I love French cinema. I really do.
I think this is French. That's French? They were French, I think.
I don't speak French.
I think so. But I'm pretty sure it was French. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a movie I'll probably forget about in a year. Okay. But, after I read the synopsis, I'd be like, oh, it was that movie.
Next, You will meet a tall, dark stranger. Okay, is this movie racist, Zach?
No, it's a Woody Allen movie. It was not great.
Not great.
I mean, it has so many famous people. This was because I've owned it for years, and I was like, I guess I should watch it. And I can see why it was only like $1 or $2, but. I mean, it didn't offend me or anything. It was just like, yeah, that wasn't great. Let's move on.
Wait, so let me ask you this. I don't think I've ever asked you this. And we know each other. How long has it been, Zach? When was Rushmore that we did? How long ago was that?
A while ago.
Dude, that feels
like... A while ago.
Yeah. Oh, my God. How long ago was... Wow. Wait. We did Collider Live. I did Collider Live after show before you, didn't I?
Yeah, I didn't do any of the Collider Live stuff, I don't think.
So I've known you... I
stopped watching it.
That was like 2019, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2019 or 2018.
Yeah, so we didn't show for a while. But anyways, so like you come across like a movie like this, right? Like where you didn't like it. Do you sell that Blu-ray or do you keep it? Or like, do you keep the Blu-ray? Okay.
I keep it, yeah. Because there's been times where I didn't like a movie, then I rewatched it for some reason. I'm like, oh. But, and Blu-rays are so cheap, it's not even worth my time. I have a big box of doubles I own from just like Criterion or because I bought it on 4K, and I was gonna sell them, and I'm like, it's not even worth the time. I'd rather give them to someone or just keep them, and if I go somewhere, I can take a copy or something. But it's not worth my time.
Next, you watch my boy, Collateral.
Oh yeah, yep. been a long time since I've seen that too. Because I bought the 4K, so I was like, I better watch it.
Yeah, I because I had to keep my collection in date. Like I had to pre-order Rayman, but that comes out like in April.
Hmm.
So, did you, dude? The steelbook releases, man. They're releasing every Rocky movie on a 4K steelbook. My wallet's gonna be dead when those drop, dude. Um, holy crap, man!
Yeah, I
Freaking
saw that they're doing the 4Ks and those. I need to, but they haven't announced Rocky Balboa though for 4K. I don't believe, which is weird.
yeah. I haven't bought a steelbook in a while, or I think the last. Yeah, I bought one for Christmas on Black Friday, but before that,
Hmm.
I think I bought Top Gun. That's it.
Yeah,
Um,
I've always never liked the steel books that much, so
Steelbooks is what I collect, so.
I couldn't tell you the last time I
Yeah.
bought one.
But they're fucking expensive, dude. Like, fucking steelbooks are
Yeah, they
expensive.
to me they feel like a scams. That's
Well,
just
you do it
me.
for art. I
Yeah,
like to display them. It's like the same way I get a vinyl, right? Like, I like to display my vinyl. So, like, stuff like that. But,
yeah,
um, but yeah, great movie. I love Collateral. Jamie Foxx, my
yep,
boy Tommy Cruise.
yep. Mark Ruffalo. I mean,
Man, I
it's
forget Mark
another
Ruffalo's in
intense
this movie.
movie.
Yeah. I forget that
but
he's in that movie.
but yeah, I mean, this is maybe Tom Cruise's best performance. I think, just so because it's so off. It's so not him.
You know, I'm a little bit
To play,
biased what I think his best performance is.
but oh yeah. But
The
yeah, this
color
one
money, baby.
just feels like he doesn't he plays such a good villain because you're kind of rooting for him at the same time because
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I know, like explaining jazz or something, then he shoots him in the head. Like,
Love Tom Cruise, man. Greatest of all time. Next you watched Saving Private Ryan.
I don't know why, but
Well,
I
you
was
were on a little
bored
Spielberg pick because right after you did
a
Ready
little
Player
bit.
One. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I watched that and I was like, it's been a little bit since I've seen Saving Private Ryan, which is still fantastic.
Yeah.
No surprise, but
Um. Then you watched a movie that I watched like not too long ago, but I really enjoyed Insomnia. That movie was fantastic. Such a good
yep,
movie.
yeah. And the Nolan movie no one ever seen, or at least
And
not many
it's a
people have
remake too,
seen.
which is insane.
Yeah, I need to watch the original. Apparently, it's really good.
Yeah.
Um, which is odd because I mean, it came out like they came out within like the 5 year span of each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this movie is so good. Like Robin Williams,
Dude, so good, man.
awesome villain. I
Al
mean, and
Pacino's
just
great too, man.
and it's such a um it's a movie they really don't make anymore because it's an hour and
Yeah.
45 minutes long, which nowadays it's probably been 2.5 hours,
Yeah.
which I don't get, but
The
it's
last,
short
yeah,
and it's just and it's rated R and it has a great pace. So I just like that it's something we don't I don't know why they've gotten where movies have to be at 2 hours and 10 minutes.
dude. I tell you what. So like on I crave for like an hour 30 movie now. Like on Sundance with going through these, I'm like, please be a fucking hour 30 because like when it's 2 hours, it takes too much time, and all I've been doing is consuming fucking movies and stuff. Like I'm gonna need a break after this week, but like uh, what's wait, I just lost my train of fucking thought. Oh no, fuck. Where's my brain going? It just fucking disappeared. Continue what you were saying. Sorry. Fuck. What was I gonna
I
say?
don't even know what I was saying. I just yeah, movies are seem like
Oh
they're
yeah,
way too long now.
the last one of these type of movies was Liam Neeson's Walk 'Em on the Tombstones, which no one saw, but it's a fantastic movie.
No, it's a good movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was the last time we saw something like this, in my opinion. I think
Mm-hmm.
we mainly get
Yeah,
this in shows now, like a True Detective or like
that's
whatever.
true.
So
Yeah, because this is like a seven
yeah.
vibe, and yeah, it's
Like I just
um,
watched Under the Banner of Heaven with Andrew Garfield. It's in the sense like this.
hmm
Um,
that is true. I'm trying to think of detective show or not show a movie that
yeah,
came out recently. I
literally
can't.
Walk 'Em on the Tombstones, which is fucking. I saw that movie in theaters. I'm very glad I did. Like I really do enjoy that movie. Um,
Yeah, I think I can't think of it. I
Those
know
are
there has to have
yeah.
been at least another one, but I can't think of any.
Those are my favorite movies though, dude, because like those type of movies, like watching like mid-February in theaters, like those cold detective movies, like you're like, I don't know what I'm watching. There's no IP directed to it, no book, just like a pure movie. Those are my favorite because those are the ones that come out. Like I crave that feeling, and it's very rare to get that feeling anymore.
I guess the Batman was the last one
Yeah,
that actually kind of had the
fucking
detective feel.
love that movie, dude.
But
Love that movie.
yeah, they don't. Yeah, it's one that, like I said, it'd be about 3 hours long now.
Yeah. Okay, so next is a mirror. Is this a Criterion?
Which one?
Mirror.
Oh, Mirror. Yeah. That's from the director of Stalker. I can't say his last name.
Okay.
Pretty famous, pretty famous director. It was a movie. There was only like 4 or 5 mirrors in the whole movie, so I was kind of disappointed. It was just, yeah, it was fine. I really don't even remember what happened in it, to be honest now.
Okay.
That's one. Yeah, it's short. That's another reason why I watched it, but I it was always been on my list, but it was just, it never really. Stalker was a much better. At least I enjoyed Stalker a lot more than Mirror.
Okay. Next, you watch Plane. We already talked about that a little bit. Um, next, then you watch on the 11th, Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is a movie I didn't like. I know everyone else does. It just didn't click with me.
I liked it a lot more this second time. When the
I
rewatch.
want to watch it. I want to watch it again. That's like one of my goals. Like because of Oscars, I'm like I need to watch the ones I missed, of course. Um, and I'm gonna rewatch that one as one of those. So
Yeah, I mean, it just, because like the first time you're watching,
mm.
you're kind of like, okay, what is this? Like, okay, okay, yeah, but yeah, it's the second time watching it, I was like, wow, this is. I think that may have made it into my top 10 if I rewatched it
Mm.
before that list.
Yeah, I definitely need to watch that one. Okay, so then you watched Megan, which I think you
Yep,
talked a little bit about
yep,
already.
it's fun. It was,
You
horror.
excited they're
It
getting
shouldn't
a
have been that
sequel?
good.
Excited you're getting a sequel?
Oh, we're gonna get so many of those movies. I told someone afterwards, I was like, I liked Megan quite a bit, but now we're gonna have 17 Megan movies.
Which
So
is fine. I like having those, man. Like I'll tell you what, watching like these heavy fucking dramas, which just feels like that's all we're getting nowadays. To like have like a good like murder mystery like slice like a small little movie, dude. Those come in like a nice fresh brush air. Like I love it. I freaking love it. Um, so give me more. And then you watch The Kid, 1921. I've never
oh
seen
yeah,
this.
oh it's great. I love it.
Uh,
It's one that I've seen before, but I bought it on Criterion, and I've never seen it on the Criterion. Um, yeah, it's one of my favorite Chaplin movies. I like all Chaplin's movies, so it's up there for that. But yeah, it was it's kind of funny to watch that because originally I watched that on streaming a long time ago, and watching it on the Criterion, you can tell the difference in like the quality of the like, because it's a Blu-ray and it's a more like restored version. So it's kind of interesting to see that, and
then
it's an
oh,
hour long.
yeah, does help. Yeah. Then you watch Bamboozled from 2000.
Oh, this movie is, now if there's a Criterion you need to buy this movie. This this movie, I've owned it for years, never watched it, and it's one of the most crazy freaking movies I've seen. like because it's so it's about a TV show, or yeah, TV show. He's creating a TV show to basically get fired, kind of like the Mel Gibson, The Producers. It's kind of
I've
like
never
that.
seen that either.
It's like that, but and so they're making a TV show, and it's um, they're doing blackface. It's an actual, they actually
Oh,
do
that's what this
blackface.
movie is. That's
Yep,
what this movie
yep.
is. Okay.
And they have all these crazy. like racist names and all types of stuff. And it's one of those movies Spike Lee did where it's a comedy, but it's like when you're watching, you're like, should I be laughing?
Yeah, like
Kind of deal.
I remember seeing like a screenshot of this. I don't I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. And yeah, I watched a little interview with Spike Lee afterwards, and apparently the first scene they do, because it's a live TV show.
Yeah.
I forget what you would call it, but and apparently the audience was completely real, and they show the audience in the movie, and like it's a bunch of white people. Like, what are we watching? Then you could literally see a few of them. It happened multiple times where the white person would look at the a black person and see that they were laughing. So like then the white people started laughing. So it was just like, and that was the point of that Spike Lee was kind of making. But yeah, it's it's a crazy movie. Like, Michael Rappaport's in it. The stuff he says in this movie is like, oh my god. Like, but yeah, it's becoming one of my favorite Spike Lee movies.
I need to see more Spike Lee. I think the only Spike Lee
Oh
movie I've
yeah.
ever seen was Black Klansman.
You saw the Five Bloods.
Oh yeah, yeah, I did see that one. So I've seen
But
two.
yeah, I mean Spike Lee, I love his movies because you can always tell it's him. Like he's
Yeah,
not, taking a
yeah,
paycheck or, he puts everything in it. Even though some of his movies aren't great,
yeah.
but yeah,
I want
this
to see
one
Do
is
the Right Thing.
uh,
I really want to see that
oh,
one.
talk about a movie that hasn't aged at all. Like holy crap.
Yeah, I really want to see that. That has a Criterion, but I didn't want to buy the Criterion before I see the movie. So like,
Oh yeah, it's I bought the Criterion after seeing
yeah,
it.
it's a nice Criterion.
And yep, it is. And the only thing is now I would hold off on it just because I bet you they're gonna come out with a 4K version.
Yeah, true. Like they just did Raging Bull. I want to get that 4K.
Yep, I need to get that. There's a few
But it's
Criterions
like
I want.
$40. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I'm waiting for the sale. I never buy them off the sale because I want to buy Malcolm X as well. It's another Spike Lee movie. That's a great movie as well. But yeah, Spike, I highly recommend going through at least his bigger movies like
Yeah.
Inside Man, uh Malcolm X.
Yeah. I want to
Yeah,
see
there's
it.
a
It's just I
bunch
gotta
of
take
them.
the time to do it. Okay, so next thing you did The Meaning of Life. Um, is this a Monty Python movie?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
did
It's ridiculous.
it age well? Did it age well at all?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't have anything too bad. I still think Holy Grail is probably my favorite one of. I've only that. I guess this is yeah, the only two I've seen. I guess there may have been another
I
one,
want to see
but
Life of Brian. I've never seen Life of Brian.
I think I've seen that one. I can't remember it though. It's
The
been such a
Cinephiles
long
did a whole
time.
episode on it, so that'd be cool
Hmm.
too.
Yep, that. And this was in 4K. I don't know why I bought it in 4K. I guess it's the only. I don't think it's on Blu-ray, or it was the same price as the Blu-ray because I bought it on sale. Obviously, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
spend $30 on the 4K version of The Meaning of Life.
Then you watch Ran, R-A-N. You gave this a high score, a 4.5.
Oh yeah, the Kurosawa movie.
Yeah.
It's so it's have you seen any of his movies?
Kurosawa?
Yeah.
Um, I don't think I have.
Okay.
I want to see Seven Samurai first though.
Mm-hmm. Another great Criterion. But yeah, this one, Ran is I believe it's based off Shakespeare, which he does quite a bit in his movies. But this one, it's 3 hours long, and it
No, thank you, dude. I don't need that in my
does
life right
not
now.
feel it at all. It's so good. I need to. This is one I bought on iTunes like 15 years ago. I finally decided to watch it, but I need to get the. I think there's a 4K version out. I need to buy, but yeah, this one, Kurosawa. I'm always interested watching his movies just because
A
another one you
legend,
can
yeah.
kind of, yeah, you can just tell, he did it and just the yeah, it's just the way he does stuff is just like the action and stuff is just insane to say
Mhm.
it. This one's in '85, but I mean a lot of his movies are in the '60s, so
Okay. So then you did Memories of Murder,
yes.
4 out of 5 stars.
Yep, it's the Parasite director, Bong Joon,
Bong
whatever
Joon-ho.
his name is.
Bong
Yeah,
Joon-ho.
yeah.
Bong Joon-ho.
But yeah, yeah. So this movie I didn't realize until like I think until it was over. It's basically Zodiac.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, except for it was a real event that happened. I think it's Korea. I can't remember, but yeah, it's basically like Zodiac, and it was after I saw that I was like, oh, it makes it even a little bit better. But yeah, um, it was because some of his movies I'm not a big fan of, like Okja and the Barking Dog or something like that. But yeah, this one was really interesting, and it's a detective movie, so just kind of like Insomnia,
Yeah.
and it's on Criterion.
They did a Bong Joon-ho like box set for Criterion recently.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't.
But it has Ocha in it, so I don't know if you want it.
Yuck.
Okay, next thing you watch Our Boy Biggie, Notorious, which I think is a alright movie.
Yep, it's decent.
Yeah.
I it could have been so much better, but
Oh, 100%. It's a lot
I mean,
better than that Tupac one. That
yeah, I
Tupac
didn't
one.
even watch that.
Oh, that was so.
I know he shows up in it. I know he shows up in it, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that
the guy who
Tupac movie
plays
so
Biggie's
bad.
great.
Yeah.
That's the sad part is he's so good in it, but
Yeah. It
there's
was
something
all
about
the
the movie's
dream.
just the movie. It's just like a typical music biopic. That's
Yeah.
probably why it was just like the soundtrack's fantastic though.
Well,
But
Biggie's the best rapper of all
yeah,
time. In my
yeah,
opinion.
and Anthony Mackie playing Tupac is
Yeah.
a little weird. Um, I had no idea he played Tupac until he showed up. I was like,
I
is he trying to
forgot.
be
Yeah,
Tupac?
I forgot.
I was
Forgot about
just like, that's different.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's decent.
Then you watch something called Close Up from 1990.
Oh, yeah,
You didn't even get
another
anything.
Criterion.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
I didn't like
stars
it.
or anything.
No, I don't. It was very. I turned it off after 20 minutes. Then I was like, I only have an hour left. I was like, then the next day I was like, I'll just finish it. It was just. This is like it's on that stupid greatest films of all time list that
I've
just came
never
out.
heard of this.
Um, it's yeah, it's about some trial.
Okay.
Apparently they used real people. I guess that's why it's so good. But yeah, I've almost bought the Criterion multiple times
Now you
just because
glad
I
you
kind of
didn't.
oh yeah, because I like the cover. But I'm glad I didn't. Yeah, it was just like yeah, it was on the Criterion channel, and I've been trying to watch some of those movies off that 100 list, that Sight and Sounds
Yeah.
list. I don't know if you saw that or
No,
not.
I
I
don't.
got you probably.
I saw people lost a gasket over it, but yeah.
Oh yeah, yep. And this is the type of movie I was like, yep, that of course would be on this stupid list. That's why I don't listen to these people or these kind of lists. Like,
Okay,
but
so
yeah.
next we rewatched Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which I still want to watch. I own on iTunes. Um, but yeah, any thoughts on this?
Oh, what movie is it?
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, the Nicolas Cage one, where he's playing Nicolas
Oh
Cage.
yeah. All the movie titles are like blending together for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's fun. I didn't love, if you're a big Nicolas Cage fan
Yeah.
and you get the references, you probably like it a lot more. It's a lot like the interview, um, that we mentioned earlier. And I just like the interview more. I thought interview was funnier. This movie's it's fun to see Nick Cage though to have fun.
They watched Emancipation, which people are like, "Oh my god!" And then it came out, and then people are like, "Ew, no." Just so give it
It's
2 stars. It must be a stinker.
I like Antoine Fuqua. That's
Mhm.
why I thought I was gonna like it a lot. Um, and I could have liked it if it wasn't for the stupid color ratio, whatever they did to it. They did it in this weird black and white. But it wasn't like like Schindler's List black and white. Like it was like some weird, like they did something with the colors, like
They wanted to be
desaturated
different. They
them,
wanted to be quirky with
I
this
guess, or something. And it was so distracting. And sometimes there was a little bit of color in there. I'm like, okay. Like at one point, like the first 15 minutes, they showed some like actual colors. I'm like, thank God they got rid of the black and white or whatever you want to call it. And it comes back instantly. I was like, ah. But no, it's not good.
Okay.
Will Smith is good in it, but he has like 3 lines in the whole movie though.
All right. So next, then you have The Menu, which I love. Was on my
Yes.
top 10. So
Yes, the Menu was once that went on to HBO, it kind of had like a resurgence. Like
uh,
everyone was talking about this movie.
I
It
went
seemed like, but
opening
yeah,
night to this in theaters, dude. Like I was hyped for it.
I really wanted to see it. I don't know why I never went and. I think the times were always bad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, this
It's
talk
really good.
about
Yeah.
something different, and
I
it's
thought it was
just
funny as hell too, man.
oh yeah, it's funny. Uh, yeah, the there's just I really enjoyed it. And I think I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray, even though it's on HBO.
I I love Anya Taylor Joy. I love everything she's in. I didn't like The Northman, but I liked her in it. Um, I still need to see the Vitch, but it's a horror movie, so I can't watch it.
Oh, it's not no horror.
What do you mean? Okay, when people say that, like when people say they said the same thing about like Split, right? Split wasn't a horror movie at all. Like it wasn't. It was a drama, and but like people are like saying it was like a horror movie.
I would say Split's more of a thriller than a drama, but yeah, the Witch, any A24 um um horror movie isn't horror. At
You're
least to
saying
me, it's
you're
not.
saying Hereditary is not horror?
No,
Okay.
Hereditary
But
wasn't
people
horror.
say Hereditary was terrifying. So if you say that's
It's
not
not.
horror, then why would I take your opinion on the Vitch?
I
Okay.
don't know. Well, people think Midsummer is terrifying. I thought it was a comedy.
This is why I can't ask for your opinion about horror movies because but yeah, I like
It's
the movie.
only an hour and 30 minutes as well, so there you go.
Yeah. Barbarian, another movie I really enjoyed surprisingly. Which I would also say wasn't really a horror movie, it's a thriller. But I guess the creature in it was horror.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? You gave it 3.5 stars.
Yep, I thought it was really good. It reminded me a lot of Tusk.
Yeah.
Actually.
Dude, it was great to see Justin Long back.
Justin Long, yeah. Which he's in Clerks 3.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, right. Yeah. He's one of the doctors that performs in the beginning of the movie on Randall. Yep.
I love Justin Long, dude.
But yeah, the Barbarian was really good. I kind of wish there wasn't any hype for it a little bit, but I still really enjoyed it. I thought I wasn't gonna like it just because it got so hyped up quite a bit, but no, I think I gave that 3.5 stars.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
I probably would move that up actually. Yeah. That's another one I think I'd buy on Blu-ray. Even though it's
Barbarian was good,
Max.
man. I was kind of shocked about. I was intrigued with it, and then I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna watch it. I really did enjoy it. Like, I did. It was surprising. Next, you watched The Black Phone again, which we talked about in our top 10. You enjoyed that movie a lot. Then a really surprising hot take. I want you to explain yourself. Banshees of Inisherin, 2 stars.
That movie sucked.
No, it doesn't. It's a fantastic movie.
One thing, for some reason I watched the Golden Globes. That is not. I did
too. I did.
That is not a comedy. Dude, that's why that show or the Golden Globes is the biggest joke I've ever seen in my life. Who in their right mind says this is a comedy? It's a black comedy or whatever you call it. I'm like, yeah, it was hilarious. Seeing this guy throw his fingers at a door, that was so stupid. Oh, and depressing, over the top. I did not like it at all.
I just seem like you relate to it. That's why you're upset by it.
Oh, it was just
Has a friend cut off their fingers and throw them at your door? Is that what you're saying?
I don't like you anymore. It's so stupid. I don't know. I was like, I'm thinking to myself the whole time, like, people really like this movie?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Like, I mean, the performances are good, I guess.
And that's what the movie relies on is
but
the performances. So if the
but
performances are good, the movie's good.
but I'm like, it's so stupid. I don't like it. I tuned out halfway through the movie.
Okay. And then finally, Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery, which is great. It's fantastic.
Yep, really good.
Yeah. Girl from Outer Banks, really good. Let me.
I should rewatch it.
Okay. All right, so just kind of go down my mind. I won't take that much time. I started off the year with The Commitments. Then I watched the hatchet wielding hitchhiker documentary. It was bad. I rewatched The King's Speech. Love that movie. Then I watched my first Criterion, Throwdown, which was really interesting. It was beautiful. Then I rewatched Worst Person in the World. Love that movie as well. Then I watched.
Never seen it.
Then I watched Breathless. Which
Ugh,
is,
yuck.
I did not.
Nope.
That's the thing. I did not enjoy that movie, but I understand how much influence it has given to the world today.
It's that's like one. Those are the type of movies on these lists. I'm like, who watches this movie? And I'm like, oh, I want to watch it again.
Well, back then, you got to put it in context, right? Back then, right? It was changed the landscape for cinema, and like now we've gotten better versions of a Breathless, of course, but like, it's not.
I don't know. It's still on the greatest films of all time, Sight and Sound, or whatever that terrible list is.
I just care about my list. Fuck what other people think, man. Like,
no, you're supposed to attack other people, like they did.
Sorry,
what's his name?
Nicholas Hoult. In the menu?
No, it was the West guy, the guy who did X. Apparently, people hated his list.
Ty West.
Yep.
Then I watched the Teen Wolf movie. It was abysmal. It was really fucking bad. I binged a whole series of a show that was just mediocre to a T, and the movie was ass, so it wasn't even worth it. But actually, the TikTok's doing really fucking well, so maybe it was worth it. So then I watched the KSI documentary. As someone that watches KSI pretty much every day, I really do enjoy
who that is.
He's a YouTuber, and I've seen many YouTuber documentaries, right? And they're
I didn't even know they had YouTuber documentaries.
They're pretty bad. This one actually is really well done. It repeats all the stuff I know, but it gets really more deeper with the relationship between like what he has with his parents and stuff, but it doesn't go deep enough. It's well made, but I'm curious how it is to someone that doesn't know who KSI is. But yeah, it was interesting. I enjoyed it, and then everything else is just Sundance stuff, as you guys can see. Okay, so that's what we watched. And Zack, did you watch any TV that you want to point out, or no? Did you not catch anything?
I started Andor.
Okay, which I need to get to as well.
Haven't finished it. It's probably at least it has an actual story through every episode instead of like Mando's where it's just like they do the same thing over and over again. But yeah.
That's what you watched? Okay. Then I finished His Dark Materials finally. Fantastic show that no one talked about on HBO. Really good. Then Teen Wolf, of course, I finished. Then I did Andrew Garfield's Under the Banner of Heaven. Personally, I didn't really care for it. As a big Andrew Garfield fan, it was just weird because what would happen is they would be like having a conversation about like a murder or something, and everyone's like a Mormon. The murders are like Mormons, so like they'll be like interviewing them, like, "Oh, did you kill someone?" And then it'll be like, back in the Mormon Bible, this person said to this person, and then it would do a flashback to that and show it as he's telling it, and it took me out of it. They did it so much, and I just hated it. I didn't really care for this at all. And then I did Welcome to Wrexham. I'm still in the middle of that show, but I'm just trying to catch up with all these shows I missed because I need to do it because I need to get through them. Plus this month, so like February, I have a lot of stuff I'm catching up on before we go into the last two topics. So there's a new show coming out, I think March, called Daisy and the Sixth, which is like it's like a documentary book about a fake Band, which I'm reading the book right now. Very interesting. Excited for that. And then Luther, the Idris Elba show, has a movie come out in March, so I'm going to binge that as well. And then Shadow and Bone, which is a fantasy show, they have a new season, so I need to binge that first season as well. So that's stuff coming up, of course. Okay, so next, I say let's just cover the Oscars. There's been a lot of conversation about everything here, about the Best Actress race and everything, which is interesting. But everyone's been talking about it, and I don't have much to say about it than what's already been said. So I just say, unless you want to say something about it.
I don't even know what's going on really.
Basically, the whatever her name is.
Yeah, the one that's not supposed to be nominated.
Yeah,
I know
Andrea Riseborough, whatever you pronounce it as. There's like some whole thing about some emails getting leaked or the ballots were rigged or something like that. We'll know more. Everyone's talking about it. It was just a shock that she was in it.
It's almost like the Oscars are rigged almost.
It's like
shocker.
All I know is I didn't see Till, but everyone was talking about that performance to every time I would watch a show or people would bring it up. So I feel like it being talked about that much and just always praised, never hearing one negative thing about the performance, it should have been in there.
See, and that's the funny thing. Like, I've never heard anyone talk about Till at all.
Well, they didn't talk about Till. They talked about her, though.
Well, yeah, but like I always thought, I didn't think she was gonna ever get nominated. So I was like, when I saw the list and I was like, huh. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, okay. I never heard of To Leslie or whatever it's called, but it's like, okay.
So starting off, actor in a leading role, we have Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for Banshees, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Paul Mescal for After Sun, Bill Nighy Living. Okay, I like Brendan Fraser. I want him to win. I still haven't seen The Whale. You haven't seen The Whale either, right?
Nope, I am never gonna see it.
I'm very happy about Paul Mescal and After Sun. You should watch After Sun though, Zach. It is like a Lost in Translation. Very good. I love Paul Mescal. And then I really want to see Living, but there's no way to fucking watch this movie. There's no way. And it makes me angry. Same with The Whale. Like, I want to see both of those movies, but it'll be fucking July before we see these movies. Like,
yeah, I mean, The Whale's been playing at my theaters for months or a month now.
Yeah.
But I refuse to watch that movie. So.
Why? Why do you refuse? What is your stance?
Because they campaigned way too hard on that stupid movie, and that's why I find the Oscars so dumb.
Okay.
It's all about the money.
Okay. Then we got actor in supporting role. We got Brendan Gleeson for Banshees of Inisherin, Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway. Very good. Judd Hirsch for The Fabelmans, Barry Keoghan for Banshees of Inisherin, and Ke-Huy Quan and Everything All at Once. I'm very excited for Brian Tyree Henry. I love Causeway. That was on my top 10. Jennifer Lawrence movie. Very, very happy to see him in there. I think this is Ke-Huy Kwan's award. That's what everyone's saying.
Yeah,
I agree with it. I really like Judd Hirsch, though. He was fantastic, but I feel like Ke-Huy Kwan gets it, you know?
Yeah, and he's only in like one scene, right?
Yeah, he's only in that one. But that scene, dude, is so good, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then actress in a leading role. Everyone knows this. I think this goes to Cate Blanchett for Tar, and rightfully so. Like, that movie's incredible. She's great in it. So yeah. Then we have actress in a supporting role. We got Angela Bassett for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Hong Chow for The Whale, Barry Keoghan for Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything All at Once, and Stephanie Hugh for Everything All at Once. I don't know. People are saying Angela Bassett, but I feel like it's not going to be Angela Bassett.
I think it's going to be Jamie Lee Curtis.
You do? Is that who you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a honorary award.
Okay.
Lifetime achievement kind of deal, kind of like Al Pacino. Which I think it should be Bassett, but I mean, I think I have a
Says the
feeling
Marvel
maybe.
Stan. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I just feel like everything with like when Jamie Lee Curtis got nominated, I'd noticed so many people were talking about like she's never been nominated before, blah blah blah, stuff like that. So I have a feeling it may be kind of like a lifetime achievement kind
Yeah.
of deal,
I
which
feel
is
like she.
fine. I mean, she's good in it.
I
So
feel like she should have got nominated for Knives Out, the first one. I thought she was really good in Knives Out. Then we have animated features. We have Del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Sea Beast, Turning Run. And it's gonna go to Pinocchio, but I loved Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. That was on my top 10, so I'm gonna cheer for that one.
yeah,
But
it's
it's Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
It's Pinocchio.
And I said to people, I thought Pinocchio was the like if I had to say a best movie, that was
Yeah,
probably the best movie I saw last year.
yeah, it was good. It's good. Then we have cinematography. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardo, Elvis, Empire Light, and Tar. I'm always going to cheer for Richard Deakins. I honestly can't tell you which one it's going to be. I have no clue. None of
Wow,
these. I love the look of Tar the most out of any of these, but I don't think it's going to Tar. I don't know who it's going to.
I just don't get why it's not Top Gun not in there.
Hey,
I mean,
I'll always take the Top Gun love.
no, it's just I think that's stupid. Like, yeah, it's like to me, I haven't seen Tar, but or the Bardo one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, there's no way it's more mind blowing than Top Gun was.
Yeah, true.
But yeah,
Then we have costume
yeah.
design. We got Babylon, Black Panther, Elvis, Everything All at Once, and Miss Harris Goes to Paris. I think, I feel, I think it's really between Elvis and Babylon. I don't think it's anything
Yeah,
else. I think it's gonna go
that's
to
my guess
Elvis,
too.
and I would want Elvis. If Elvis is gonna get uh, any recognition, I think it should be for costume because
I think Austin Butler has a shot, but
mm,
um,
he's gonna
yeah,
get up there and talk like this.
yeah.
Um. Okay, directing. We have Marco McDonough for Banshees, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Stewart for Everything All at Once, Fableman Spielberg, your boy, Todd Field for Tar, and Rupert Oshlin for Triangle of Sadness.
I think
People are
it's
saying Spielberg.
Yeah,
Um, out of all these
but
movies, I think
I
Tar
think
was my favorite.
I think the Daniels have a shot
Yeah,
as
they
well,
do.
but I think I think it's kind of
Your boy
like a almost like a lifetime achievement again. I know he's won Oscars
again.
obviously, but I just see them, since it's a movie about his life kind of. So I just see
If
him.
it, yeah,
He's
if
gonna
it's,
win this one or screenplay. It's gonna be one
yeah,
of them. So
if it's Daniels getting this award, Top Gun's Best Picture winner. That's my opinion.
yeah, I don't know.
Because if they give it, they would be like, okay, we can give them for like their directing, but we'll give Top Gun the best.
Yeah, they do that a lot too. They like that happened with
I
like La La Land
yeah.
and
I don't
Moonlight.
care what the fucking favorite is. Every time I do my ballot, I do everything like every other category. I really put like I always think of logically, but Best Picture, I always pick my favorite film out of them every time, and I usually lose that one. So I'm gonna pick Top Gun. So then we got documentary feature. I didn't see any of these. The only one that I
No.
know of is Fire or Love, so I'm gonna just choose that one. So Fire or Love. Then we got the shorts. I guess we could skip them because like I always look at the titles. I'm like, okay, because it's very
I
hard
like
to
the
catch
one
these.
that says I like the one that has it's like he has a dick or something.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's animated.
but then that's the only part of the when they announced him. I watched Riz Ahmed
Yeah.
losing his mind saying these titles.
I love
That's
Riz Ahmed,
funny.
dude. I need to get Sound of Metal on Criterion.
Yep, it's on my list.
Yeah. Okay. So film editing, we have Banshees, Elvis, Everything All at Once, Tar, and Top Gun Maverick. Okay. I would love to say Top Gun, but I think this might be Everything Everywhere All at Once. I hated Elvis's editing, so
Yeah, it's one of those two. I I would think it's Maverick, but who knows?
I would hope.
I never
I'm not
know
gonna complain.
stuff like that.
And then we got international. There's no debating. It's all quiet, right? It's like
I I
it's all
I
quiet.
guess it's
Yeah.
right. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how it should work. I mean,
It's all quiet. I don't know why RRR wasn't on here or what's it called? Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. RI couldn't get nominated because they chose a different film to represent their country. So
oh,
but they didn't put Decision to Leave on here, which I did see, and that was really good.
I was wondering why RR, even though I
Yeah.
turned it off after.
Yeah,
20
I was saying the
minutes,
same thing. I was wondering
yeah.
why, but then I saw someone explain it that they didn't choose RR as their candidate, and that's why it wasn't on here. So, yeah. Makeup and hairstyling. We got All Quiet, The Batman, Black Panther, Elvis, The Whale. It's Elvis, right?
Elvis.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Elvis. Music, original score. So my favorite score of the year easily was either Nope or Bones and All. So mine didn't even get in here. I don't even like. It's got to be Hurwitz, I guess, because of the
I
name.
think it should be, but I think it's going to be Babylon because I thought the score was great, and
Yeah.
and yeah, they like, I think he's won every time, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that's who I would be rooting for.
Yeah. So then we have original song, which is hilarious, right? Because when I think of original songs, that's probably should be my main category that I'm really into, right? Every time they do the nominations, they're never the songs that I find really good out of any of them. And so it makes no sense. So we got applause from Tell It Like a Woman, which I've never heard of this movie. So I can't really say anything. Hold My Hand, which is the worst of the Top Gun original songs. They got it for Lady Gaga, but I literally think it should have been the One Republic song from the beach scene. That one got played more than this one. Who remembers this song?
I actually like this song, so
okay. It's on the vinyl. But then we got Lift Me Up, which I think is really good, but I think there's stronger songs on the Black Panther Wakanda Forever soundtrack. The winner is going to be Natu Natu, which should be, because it's the best song on here. And then This Is Life, which I don't even know from Everywhere All at Once. So, yeah, I guess Lift Me Up or Natu Natu are my choices out of those. But I think it's going to Natu Natu. There's no way it isn't. Best Picture. So we got All Quiet, Avatar, The Way of Water, Banshees, Elvis, Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Tar, Top Gun, Trial of Scientist, Woman Talking. I'm picking Top Gun. I already explained why. Who you taking, Zach? Like, who do you want?
It's either gonna. I would say it's either gonna be everything, whatever, all at once, or The Fableman. I think it's one.
Oh, you're not even putting Banshees on there?
I hope that doesn't win, but that seems like something stupid that they would do. So,
they fool everyone. It's like Avatar, Way of Water.
I'd rather see Avatar win than Banshees.
I do not like Avatar, Way of Water.
And see, another reason I hate the Oscars. Why is Avatar on here?
Because of what it represents. 100% because what it represents.
It's so stupid. I mean,
if you look at every single one of these movies, right, it's the weakest of them all. Avatar.
Oh, Avatar? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, Banshees for me, but yeah, Avatar is not.
I haven't seen All Quiet, but I'm hear better things than it was for Avatar, so.
Yeah. Yeah, when I saw Avatar, I was like, at least they didn't give James Cameron a stupid best
People were
director.
shocked by that, like, oh, they didn't give Cameron
just to stroke his ego. Like
I get excited about the Oscar nominations. I love to talk around it, but the way that some people react to it is insane to me. Like,
it's another reason why I don't like them.
The ones that excite me are like the Paul Mascals and that excites me, or the Brian Terry Henrys. Like, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I'm really excited. But people are like, oh, they're jumping out of their seats, like, holy shit!
Yeah, people.
They care about the competition more than the movie itself.
I remembered when Green Book won, and people were like, "This is ridiculous," blah blah blah. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, it's just an award.
But it means a lot to a lot of people, you know. But I feel like sometimes it gets out of
yeah.
hand. They care more about the awards than the actual movie itself.
Yeah, yeah, because a lot of the best picture winners, people don't after that year they don't talk about them.
Yeah.
Like what won the year Get Out came out?
Oh fuck. Was that? Oh shoot. What was that? Was that Moonlight?
Was it Moonlight?
Let me
And
see. Let
see
me
now,
see.
and that could be right.
What year
Uh,
was Get Out?
Get Out.
2014.
Get Out was
2014. Was it Birdman?
2014 was yeah, that's
Or is it
Birdman.
Spotlight?
I think it's Birdman. Um, but wait, Spotlight actually won. Birdman didn't win.
Spotlight's one of my favorite movies of all time. But yeah, it is
Well,
forgettable for a lot of people. No,
yeah,
it was
yes.
12 Years a Slave.
No, it wasn't that year.
So it's 2015 Oscars is what we're looking
Yeah.
at then.
Yep. Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
It was Birdman. It was Birdman.
So, yeah. So think about this. Who talks about Birdman now?
It's a good movie, but yeah, no one talks about
it's a great movie.
Yeah.
But people still talk about Get Out. So
Yeah.
that year, Get Out probably should have won. That's how
Get Out wasn't even nominated, dude.
But wasn't even not. I thought it was best.
So here it is. So it was Birdman who won, but Whiplash, American Sniper, Grand Budapest, Imitation Game, Selma, Theory of Everything, and Boyhood. Those were the nominations.
I'm pretty sure Get Out got nominated. Oh, Get Out was 2017.
Oh, it was.
We're in the wrong year.
So then we need to do 2018.
Yep.
Okay, so it was The Shape of Water, but you didn't like that movie. I like The Shape of Water.
I like The Shape of Water, but who talks about that movie now?
No, but that's the thing though. No one talks about it, but every time you bring up The Shape of Water, you're like, yeah, that's a good movie. Like.
I mean, all the Best Picture winners most of them are good movies. So it's just one of those things where I'm like that's why I think that's why I don't take much weight into the Oscars because it's all about the hype that they build up to try to win the stupid award.
Well,
but if you go
I
back,
like the Oscars because it gives me a gauge of what I need to watch, and I know I'm getting a good movie either way if I like it or not. Like my movies have never won, Zach. My movies have never won. The one time it has been Spotlight. Out of all the movies, the one time it has hit me is Spotlight. So I'm not super into them,
But yeah, I've never.
But we got to get through these because we haven't hit Last of Us yet. Short film animated. The one that you were thinking of was My Year of Dicks. Was the one you were thinking?
Oh yeah. Then there's another one too, right? What's the other one? Like I got lost in a cave or something. Or.
I would have to scroll up for that one. I got lost in a cave. Oh no!
Weird...
Oh yeah, a ostrich told me the world is fake, and I think I believe it. I think I got lost in a cave. I want to see a short film about that. I got lost in a cave.
Yeah, I got lost in a cave. Yep.
Zack Moncrief's directorial debut. I got lost in a cave. Nominated for an Oscar. Okay, then we got sound. Should be Top Gun, right? Yep.
I would think so.
Visual effects is gonna be Avatar. Okay, so writing. Again, living I can't comment on because no one's seen it besides Oscar people. I would love to see Ryan Johnson win it. Top Gun got nominated, but I don't think it's gonna win.
I can't believe that thing got nominated. I mean, I don't mind it getting nominated.
Yeah,
but
the only thing you could realize, I love Top Gun,
huh.
my favorite movie of the year. But you could take it's very well written. The Val Kilmer and Tom Cruise scene when they sit down in the office. That's a very well good scene. But everything else is I'm not worried about it right now. And the screenplay, people. Do you know what I want them to do for the Oscars? You know how to they show on the screen written down with the scene. I want them to do it for the football beach scene. Grown men walk around shirtless playing football. It'd be great. Yeah, I think Woman Talking has a good chance here. So there's that. And then we got lastly.
Is that the Harvey Weinstein movie?
What? No, She Shed.
That's
She Shed.
Yeah,
which is very good. Very good. You like Zoe Khan? She's in there in the She Shed. It's really good. You should watch She Shed. It's really good.
Yeah, that movie I didn't even hear. I've never heard of that movie until like the day it came out, or the week after it came out, and they're like, "This movie bombed," and I'm thinking to myself, I follow all these people, on Twitter about movies. I've never heard this movie in my life.
Yeah, dude, I like it. I like She Said. I really do. Then we got writing for original screenplay. Banshees, Everything, Fablemans, Tar, Triangle. I think it's either Tar or Banshees. Most likely Banshees.
See, and Tar doesn't look very interesting to me. So
I
that's why I
me
never
too.
saw it.
I waited. Then I watched Tar. I'm like, holy shit, this movie is incredible. I love Tar. I really did. So that's Oscars, everyone. So lastly, what we're going to cover on the monthly live stream, episode 1, is the Last of Us show. So like before the show came out, I wanted to play the games, and I did. And I fell in love with the games, so then I got extremely hyped for it. And then that first episode hit like a brick wall, and it was so good. It got to moments in the show exactly like the video game. It was just so satisfying. And then we got episode 2, which a lot of people are saying it's better than the first. I don't think it's better than the first episode. I think it's actually a downgrade from episode 1. It was still pretty good, but like my excitement for the next episode is not. Well, it's there because it has Nick Offerman and that whole storyline, which I'm excited for. But like, the episode 2 was kind of a decline from the first episode to me. But yeah, very excited. Love the show. What do you think of Last of Us, Zach?
Oh, I mean, so far I think the show is so good. Like when watching that first episode, and it was the scene where, I guess it's everything was about to go down. Where it's just a shot of like their little clock or whatever.
Yeah.
Then it fades to black. I was like, holy crap, they're really getting the game.
Yeah.
Like they're really like I'm like wow. But yeah, I actually like I think they're both episodes are equally like
Oh, you
I
think
like
they're
them
equal?
the
Okay.
same. Yeah, because hitting the way the world looks, I think it's Boston. The way it looks is just like the game, and it's just so like if they failed on the way it looked or that kind of thing, it could be be annoying or something like a disappointment, I guess. So and getting a lot more with Ellie is a lot just because that first episode she's in it for like 10 minutes or something like that. But yeah, seeing a lot more of Ellie, that's why I would say episode 2 is as good as the first, just because hitting Ellie is really I didn't because after the first episode I was like, okay, I see what they're trying like they're like with Ellie's just because I'm so used to the game now, and she doesn't really look like her, so that kind of always throws you off at first. Which being why would they cast someone that looks like them anyways? It doesn't really matter, kind of deal. But
it's creepy that people say it looks
off-putting.
nothing like her. She's not cute.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you are.
What? People say that?
Yes,
That's
yes,
weird.
yes. They've said that.
I haven't
She's
heard
not
anyone
hot
say that,
enough.
but, like she's 14 years old or however old. But yeah,
she's not hot
and,
enough, Zach.
And with I'm really interested since they just renewed it for the second season.
Where are they gonna end?
I think it's gonna have the same ending. But
you do?
I really think
we're getting to the snow at least. I think it ends with the end of Cannibals.
Abby.
I think it ends with Cannibals and that whole thing.
No, I think it's 10 episodes. So I think it's gonna get
No, it's 9 episodes.
Same thing. Because the Last of Us, the game's not very long. I mean, it's like a 15-hour game, I think.
Well, the fact that we're getting to Bill at episode 3 is pretty fast. So
but I think they have to introduce Abby.
I fucking hate Abby. Fucking hate Abby.
That's why they have to introduce her, because that's why in the second game it's so jarring. You're like, what is going on? That's because if Abby was in the first Last of Us game, like they introduced her and you had like a mission or something, or it was like a DLC or something that you played, it wouldn't have been so jarring. And
you spend more than half of the game playing as her, and I hated it.
Yep.
No.
I liked it, but I can see why. I mean, it's like I said, it's super jarring. So they need to introduce Abby, and because in the show it'd be a lot easier
Yeah.
too. But yeah, I like how the show's um treating everyone like they've never seen or never played the game.
Yeah.
And like I like the first episode they kind of rush the bite part a little bit, but then
Yeah.
the second episode's all about that. So
Yeah.
I can see why they because at first I was like, okay, like no one like if you never played the games, you're like, what's so special about her? Like, and then the end of the episode, oh, she got bitten. End of episode. Like, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was surprised we got Tess dying in episode 2. Just because I thought she'd last at least another
Yeah, they
episode.
showed
But
her like a shit ton in the trailers too. So I'm like, they
oh,
probably
did
got
they?
like a lot. Yeah, in the trailers, like there's a lot of footage of her. So I'm like, maybe they're gonna expand it, but they didn't. So
I tried to avoid it. I didn't. I don't think I've ever saw any of their the trailers.
yeah,
Just because
I'm
I knew I was gonna
curious.
watch it.
I'm curious how Pedro's gonna pull off that childlike wonder that Joel has later. You know, after when he starts connecting with Ellie, he starts having that
Yeah,
childlike
and
wonder.
and we kind of saw it a little bit in this second episode.
In what
Talking
part?
to Ellie.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Just
that one moment, I guess. Yeah,
and because yeah, in the they're playing it a lot more harsher than they did in the game. I mean, the game they didn't like not like each other, but
yeah,
it that bond went pretty fast. I think because he gave her a gun pretty early on in the game,
yeah.
which is probably going to be shown in the next episode, I'd assume.
Because
Um,
if we're following the game right, um, then they're starting to they need to get along next episode because as soon as they leave with that car with Bill, then they're like buddies at that point.
yeah,
So
yeah.
how are
So
they gonna do that?
I think I think they're going to play a little longer, like
Yeah,
trying to, which makes sense because it's not a video game. But yeah, and I noticed the last episode was directed by the guy who created the game, which was kind of interesting
yeah, it
too.
was interesting. Yeah,
I guess it's about the same. I guess
yeah.
I'm surprised. Yeah, when I saw that, like, huh, how about that? But
It's a good show.
um,
It's exciting every Sunday. We have a new episode tomorrow, which is exciting. So
yeah, yep, and it's like the first show I've watched week to week, and I couldn't tell you last time.
yeah, I
Mando.
haven't done it in a while. I haven't done it in a while as
No,
well.
Miss Marvel was probably the last one, but
I didn't even do that. I
yeah,
waited. I binged that a lot
um,
later on.
but yeah, yeah, I really like the show
Yeah.
so far, and I
Let's go.
didn't know if
We'll revisit
it
it
would
when
land
it
so hard,
ends. Yeah.
just because we've seen The Last of Us kind of in a lot of movies. Like Logan is basically The Last of Us,
I hurt
so
myself today.
it's just one of those things where there's a couple movies out there that we're like, do we need to see this on
Yeah.
screen kind of deal? But yep.
Okay. So there we go. Everyone, that's our first live stream, almost 2 hours, and I'm running on like barely any sleep, so I'm like kind of struggling here. um, hopefully next month will be a lot less thing. This is our last live stream as a 22-year-old. Unless something randomly comes up, I need to live stream. So then next time you guys see me, I'll be 23, which is scary to think about. Like I don't know why, but 22 to 23 feels like a big jump. I don't know. In my head,
Is
it
it?
does. It really isn't, but but it feels like a big jump. So it's been interesting year. You guys can follow everything at www.guidelineentertainment.com to get all the entertainment you need. Please follow my Instagram and TikTok. TikTok is Guideline OFC, and then Instagram is Wiley K Todd. That's where all the TikToks are being posted, and they're posted here at the channel as well. So check them out. Zach, where can people find you?
Oh, nowhere.
Blu-ray Zach. Blu-ray Zach.
Yeah, with a K, I guess.
But before we go, on Wednesday we have a brand new podcast coming out. Not with Zach. Zach is here for the
I see
monthly
how it
live
is.
streams. You would not like this because all you would do is talk about Eminem. So maybe we have you for the Eminem episode.
Hey,
But
I listen to more music than you would think,
No,
but no.
you don't.
Yeah,
You've been
90s
getting into
rap.
vinyl though. I'm very happy about that. Very happy you've been getting
90s
into
rap. I'm pretty good with. To say I'm a little white boy, but.
vinyl. But anyways, it's a music podcast with one of my friends that I met through Berkeley, where I go to school, College of Music. And I've been wanting to do a music podcast for a while, so we have a new podcast coming out for Guideline called The Fresh Record. Comes out Wednesday. Basically, the premise of it is we take a total of 5 songs each and highlight them, and it's going to go more into music conversation, stuff like that. It was just our first episode. It's a pretty long episode, too.
Hey, there's 200 episodes or 200 Eminem's songs. So, I mean, that lasts a while.
Yeah, Okay.
I
But,
don't even think I could pick 5 songs. So
okay.
see.
Yeah. So anyways, I want to play you guys the very beginning of the intro real quick before we head out, just to kind of give you a taste of what it's like. So let's do that right now. Okay, let's put this here. Let's hold on. I should have performed it, but there's no way to do it. Freaking this thing. Come on. Do I hit Alt? There we go. And let's do this. And transform. Fit to screen. Wait. Transform. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I'll be quiet for a second, and we'll watch this for like a couple seconds. It gives me like, you remember Maroon 5's Misery?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of gives me that feel, this song.
Well, Adam Levine was his coach on The Voice. So, he has a direct influence from Adam Levine. So,
we just made the biggest connection in the world right here.
Yeah. So, who's to say that Adam didn't have a say on the song? Maybe, maybe they still talk. Who knows?
He's like... So that is the very beginning of the Fresh Record podcast. That will be coming out on Wednesday. That won't be a weekly podcast. I don't think I could handle a weekly podcast with doing the TikTok. So it's going to be more monthly or bi-weekly as we go on, just kind of figuring it out. So please give that a watch on Wednesday. But yeah, that's everything that's happening. New TikTok on Monday coming out. So hopefully that does well, because the Teen Wolf. Before, hold on, I gotta see what the Teen Wolf thing is since we recorded this. Let's see where it's at now. Where's the TikTok app? I lost it. Oh no. There it is. All right. So it's at 24K before. Okay. It's at 24.K. It's 24.1K. That's insane for freaking a Teen Wolf video. Interesting. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next month to return. What's going to be happening in the world of entertainment in a month from now? Who knows?
Nothing.
Okay, nothing. That's your prediction. But we'll see. We'll probably spend like half of the show going through what Zack watched. So.
Hey, I watch like I'm up to like 36 movies of the year.
Yeah,
34?
Shut the hell up. Thank you guys for watching.
I haven't rewatched anything yet, so.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Well, in the year, so